The name of our story is called The Division Champs. What is the name of our story?
Division Champs.
The Division Champs by G. Ramirez. In 2 weeks, the Midway Lions will be on the school program on Channel 48. Chase, Asa, Trisha, and Anthony were members of the team. For the past few weeks, they have practiced for a quiz. I think we should practice division with remainders next, said Asa. What are remainders, said Anthony. Trisha wrote 35 divided by 4 on the board. I'll explain by showing you a problem, she said. Let's say I want to divide 35, the dividend, by 4, the divisor. To start, I asked myself, what do I need to multiply by 4 to get an answer close to 35? Well, 4 times 9 is 36, answered Anthony. Since the dividend is 35, 9 groups of 4 are too many. But it's close, so I'll try 8. 8 is my quotient, continued Trisha. I multiply the quotient, the divisor, and get 32. When I subtract 32 from 35, I get 3. So 3 is my remainder. You are right, Asa, said Anthony. I'm rusty on division with remainders. Well, we better practice. I know a game we can play to practice, said Chase. Well, it's more like a math puzzle. Good, said Anthony. I love to solve puzzles. Okay, said Chase. Your job is to find the dividend. The dividend is the same for all of these math statements. If the divisor is 2, the remainder is 1. If the divisor is 4, the remainder is what?
1.
If the divisor is 5, the remainder is
1.
If the divisor is 3, there is no remainder. And remember, said Chase, the remainder is always less than the divisor. Let's start with what we know, said Trisha. So, the students here in the story, they have to try to figure out a math puzzle here. And you guys, you're going to work together to try to solve this math puzzle. I have 4 problems here that I've written on the board. 2 with I don't know, my dividend with the remainder of 4. Excuse me, with the remainder of 1. I have now here my divisor of 4. You're going to try to find my dividend. It's going to have a remainder of 1. Next, I have a divisor of 5. I don't know my dividend. That's what you're going to find out with the remainder of 1. And here, my divisor is 3 with no remainder. But we know something just from looking at these facts here. Does anyone know?
No.
Okay.
No, sir.
Well, no, not that. It's simply that hold on, son. Okay? Hold on. What my clue is, what I'm trying to get out is, you guys, that my dividend is going to be a multiple of 3. Meaning that it's going to be a multiple of 3. Now, one more time now, Keith1, I would hate to have to put you out. Now, you know that I will. It doesn't matter. One more. So, as I was saying, here, I don't have a remainder. So I know that whatever my dividend is, it must go into my dividend equally, meaning that it's going to be a multiple of 3. What are my multiples of 3? Start us off with my multiples of 3. Purdue, 3.
6, 9, 12.
Okay, and so on. Good job. And so on. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to work together. Raise your hand if I'm nominated. Well, yeah, raise your hand if you were nominated as captains of your team.
Nobody was nominated. Nobody was nominated for us.
Nobody was nominated?
No.
Okay, so okay, I have it confused with my other 2 classes then. Well, for this table, we'll let Elvis be the captain. For this one, Whitney. For my table here, we'll let Matthew. For my table here, we'll let Makira. For this table here, I want, that's a hard decision here. Angelica. Okay, and for this table here, we'll nominate Jamisi. Okay? So, with my captains, if you would, let's look and let's see, can we find our So because you guys, okay, you know that our dividend is going to be a multiple of 3, right? Okay? Everybody, we know that our dividend is going to be a multiple of 3, right? Yes. So with our multiples of 3, those of you who don't know your multiples of 3, I see some of you have your multiplication sheets out. That's perfectly fine. So if you would, go through with your group people at your group. Okay? Wait just a minute. Go through with the people at your group using the multiples of 3. But I tell you what, it will not be over 30. Okay? So, Emily, were you about to sign numbers for your table to go through and try? Okay, well, go ahead. Okay, what do you guys got here coming up with? Okay, did 12 work?
18. After 18. We can start back over.
So what,
21. 24, 27, 30, Wait, same? Yeah, 12 wouldn't be right.
So 12, why wouldn't 12 work?
Because the remainder is 0.
Okay.
8 times 2. Take away 2. 6. Alright. Are we supposed to be writing this?
Yeah.
Oh, how many times did 8? I just said that.
Okay, so someone says 4. What about you, Reginald? Do you agree or disagree?
Agree or disagree? Okay, how many times can 2 go to 8? Look, count by 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. This one, 4, right? And then 4 times 2. And then you see how many times 2 can go to this number.
Mm-hmm. Well, no. You look here, right? You look and see. You got your 8. Then you bring down your 1. Can 2 go into that 1 there?
No.
Okay, so what should that be? If it can't go into it, 1, how many times can it go into it? 0 times, right? So, right? Did you share that amongst your group? Okay, so do that for me. Okay? So, you guys, with this group here, when we have the problem, 816 divided by 2. How would you solve that problem? Who was our group captain from this? Okay, so start us off, Captain. How would we go about to solve this problem? Can't hear you. Next group, I'm coming to you next. Be ready.
8, 9, and 0, bring down the 1. And then, can 2 go into 1? No, so
Okay. You brought down your 1. Did you bring down your 1? Let's see. Which step are you on? Okay. So now you look at what do you do there?
Oh, you do 10 times 2?
Not 10 times 2.
1 times 2.
Not 1 times 2, because 1 would be too much, right?
Yeah.
So, if it can't go into it, what number would work? 0. 0 would be the only number to work, right? So plug in your 0 and see what happens. So plug in your 0 because you're saying 2 can go into that 1 0 times, right? So put your 0 up top. Right, like that. Good job. And then you multiply. 2 times 0 is what?
0.
Okay, you guys finish that out, and I'll be back around. Okay, who was the captain from this table? Angelica, do you feel like speaking for your team today? Okay. Who would you like to elect for to, since you're not feeling well or you don't want to do it, who would you like to take your place today? Alea, okay. So Alea's, we're electing you as being captain of your group, okay? So we got the problem, 816 divided by 2. So let's hear some conversations about how would we solve it.
And you said 2 times 4 and 8. And you wrote your 8 and then you subtract and it's gonna give you 0.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree?
I'm trying to figure it out right now.
Huh?
I'm trying to figure it out right now.
Okay, so your member, he's trying to figure out what to write, so help him.
Go back up, and then you bring down your 1, and you go back up 2 divided by 1 is, you can't do that, so.
Okay, she's saying that you can do it. So how can you?
Keep, like you got 2 fingers, can you, 2,
It's 2.
no,
It's
we're dividing.
2 divided by 1 is 2.
Mm-mm. But we're looking at it opposite. Can 2 go into 1?
No.
It can't. So we will have a what up here?
A 0?
A 0. Right. Because 2 can't go into 1. So your 0 should be what? Up top. Good job.
Then you multiply.
Right. You have to. Your next step is multiply.
2 divided by
2 times 0.
2.
Right. 2 times 0. Good job, Angelica.
That's 0, so you put your 0. That's good.
Underneath your 1. Then your next, you're going to what? Subtract. Uh-huh.
Equal 1.
There you go.
Now you go back.
Uh-huh.
That's a 6.
This group, I'm coming to you guys next. So have your stuff in order.
That's 6.
Yeah, this is 6. Now you go back and you divide 2, 16. That's 8 times. So you
Right.
put your 8.
Is that right, Jordan? You awfully quiet?
put
You
your,
and Stephanie?
you put your 8 at the top of that 6. Now you how many times?
So I think group 1 and 2, I guess you're done. Group 1 and 2, once you finish, put your head down.
Now you multiply how many times 2 go to 8?
Seth, You done?
4 times. So you put the 4 right there underneath your 8. Now you subtract it. So 6 minus 4 is that's 2. So this 1. So you remainder 12. Remainder 12.
Agree with you all except for this last step. That's a 6, right?
Yes.
How many times can 2 go into 16?
6. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14.
Mm-hmm.
14, 16.
16. So how many is that?
8.
8. So,
The 8's right there.
okay. So what you got down here?
It's a 4.
Why do you have a 4 there?
Because
You have to multiply,
multiply.
remember? 8 times 2.
it's 4.
8 times 2 is what?
No, you could go 8 times 2 is
16.
Oh, I'm dividing.
Oh.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
16. Remainder 8. Now it's 0.
Now you should have a remainder of what?
0.
Not 8.
0 because you don't have any more numbers to bring down. So you don't have any more numbers to bring down.
Right.
So that's not a remainder.
So what's my answer?
408.
What did you get? 408. Good. It's not a remainder. What did you get? 408. Good. 408.